It's been a minute. Welcome to the Flaherty Follow-Up, episode 21. I'm with Blake Westhoff from Coastal Realty.
Yes.
Awesome. Bellingham, Washington. This is Horse Show Edition. We're live from the Run for a Million Qualifier Cactus Reining Classic in Scottsdale at WestWorld. Blake, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So Blake shows reining horses, and that's kind of where we met, and just want to talk to him a little bit about his journey in real estate, how it relates to his horse show career as well, and then he's got some fun, exciting things he's about to launch. So we got a lot to talk about.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm here, showing in the non-pro derby. So I show tomorrow, draw 80. Should be a good time. Yes, totally. And then also we sell, like Janelle said, here from the Pacific Northwest up in Washington, and actually licensed in Alaska as well with my real estate partner, Allison. And together we focus on equestrian properties, hobby farms, acreage, lifestyle properties all across Washington. So it's very fun.
And how long have you been into the horses?
Into the forever. So my my grandma was super into horses, and I was born and caught the bug. So I was just like obsessed. All I wanted to do was hang out at her house and ride horses. She was kind of horse crazy and had a ton of horses, and I was stuck from the minute I saw them. So, and then I got horses a little bit later when I was like 8. I got my first horse from her. And showed in 4-H, and just kind of slowly
and
built
my way up. Did you start in the reining, or did you start in the pleasure?
No, I started with just all around horses. I did a little bit of gaming, wanted to be a roper, can't swing a rope, lots of things, and then got into reining. Well, originally got into cow horses when I was like 19, showed cow horses for a little while, and then got into reining after that. And then that's been a better fit, and it's really stuck. So I've been doing that since like 2015. Okay. So kind of a lifer, we'll just go with that. I love that, similar stories. My mom had the horse bug, and we always had ponies and stuff in the backyard, and then I was the only one that kind of caught the bug. So you either have it or you don't. My sister and my brother both not really fans of animals in general, and I'm all the animals, all the horses, all the things.
So clearly selling equestrian properties, I think it's super important to kind of walk the walk, be in it, be part of, something, whether it's the Western world, the hunter jumper world, there's so many different worlds within our horse canopy, I guess you could say. There's so many different umbrellas, but so what do you think is most important when selling equestrian property, and why should people really look for and find an equestrian property specialist?
I mean, I think the biggest thing when you're representing horse properties, representing horse clients, is being authentic. Like you're saying, I mean, there's just so many ways that you can fit into this. Like, the horse industry is vast. There's so many different disciplines. There's so many different people in it. But everybody shares their love of horses, and that's really important. That's a really great way to connect with all your clients on kind of a baseline level. But also there's a lot of intricacies that go into horse properties that other agents just don't have the know-how. There's we have a lot of zoning regulations. We have a lot of permitting and things that are really tough to get through and really specific on acreage properties in Washington state specifically. Alaska's like the Wild West. There's no permitting, no zoning, anything like that. But Washington being a growth management state, we have a lot of regulations. And so being really knowledgeable in that stuff. We also have a lot of issues concerning water use and water rights. And kind of how those fit into the agricultural industry and just overall property ownership and property rights is really important. So we try and stay really active in all that stuff, our government affairs, private property rights. And so it's really important for the consumer to have somebody they can trust that knows these properties and knows the issues that, somebody that's in another sector just may not know about.
No, I think that's the biggest thing. Is I think it's just a top layer, and why does someone want horse property? Do they want it for their privacy? Do they want to actually have animals on it? There's just so many ways you can own, more rural property.
Yes.
And so I think it just kind of, your run-of-the-mill everyday city agent just might not be aware of all those things.
And especially when you go to list a property, I think it's really essential to have an equestrian-specific agent. Because as you know, you've seen listings go on that have an indoor arena and they mention the square footage of the arena and you're like, what is that? That doesn't tell me anything. I don't know the dimensions. I don't know how I can use that. They call things pony paddocks, just really weird stuff that doesn't translate to serious equestrians. And I think they, lose that edge.
Yeah. No, 100%. So you have been really busy the last 2 years.
Yes.
You and Allison have just launched an incredible opportunity program, EquiAgent. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so that has been our baby for the last 2 years. It is a lot more work than we thought it was going to be. We're like, why has nobody created this before? Well, let me tell you, because it is another full-time job and a half. So we created EquiAgent. It's an equestrian property specialist designation. So what that is we wanted to design this so it gives a credential to the people who've been focused on this. I mean, there's people that have been doing this for a lot longer than we have, and there really isn't much of a stamp of approval that says you are an equestrian property specialist. There's one other program that's taught kind of in person, and we wanted this to be really widely accessible to lots of other agents, and then give a leg up to the people who are starting out in the industry and want to break into equestrian. It's a tough industry to break into. People aren't sure what to do, and so we kind of wanted to elevate the general just specialization and give people an opportunity to connect, share referrals, and have a place for kind of everybody.
Yes, and I know Allison is a big, NAR advocate. I mean, she's really plugged in there.
Yes.
So, I mean, I love the whole education piece of it because I think, as we've discussed already, just having that even base education is so vital to serving your clients in the best way possible. So tell us a little bit how it is connected to NAR, and I mean, this is a real thing. This is
so that's what
legit.
So that's what we're working on right now. What we've done is developed a 4-hour course. It's 8 modules. It goes through everything from basics of statistics and what kind of the horse demographic and economics look like in the United States, and then it goes all the way into what are the fundamental things that you're seeing on equestrian properties, what are the amenities, all the way through to like branding and advertising yourself, and really how to become the sought after agent in your community. And then we're working right now to get that accredited with a different licensing program so that it can be continuing education and actually be course or like credit earning when you go through the process. So we're working on that right now. We're also working on a sister site, which is going to be EquiAcres. It's developed for like a consumer facing so that people, when they're searching for horse properties, they can go on, they can advertise their properties, but they can also search, find horse properties, and then find agents that have been vetted, have gone through the course. They're educated. They have a really good foundation, so you're working with somebody trusted and that's passionate and invested into horse properties.
I love it.
Which has been hard to find.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, and then my Global Equestrian Advisors Group is really excited to be a part of your
we're super excited to collaborate.
Well. Yeah. I just think it's just so funny too how I think you have the idea and then just to see collaboration take the rest of the way.
Well, you guys have been together working on this whole thing for the same kind of 2 years developing it. And so I think both of us realized, clearly separately realized that there was a hole in the market, right? And being like, okay, there's so many people that are focused on this and so many people that are passionate. How do we bring that all together and create something that's tangible and, and is going to benefit both all the agents and the consumers, most importantly, making sure that people are well represented and,
awesome.
set up.
So there you have it, mixing your passion, your pleasure, your recreation, and your work all together. Thank you so much, Blake.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Awesome.